You know when you're talking to the camera for about 2 minutes and then you go, well, it would be a good idea if I pushed record. That just happened to me. It's a very tired Ben Sebastian that greets you at the time of recording. The time of recording is 11:30 at night on a Sunday, having finished a shift at work. I'm a chef. By day or by night, or by day and night, as the case was, as I started early and finished late, and it was a much busier day than anticipated. So I am cream crackered. It's knackered, or that's Cockney slang for knackered for those who aren't British. But yes, enough of me. Well, actually not quite enough of me. I've got a few seconds left just to say that I did release a single earlier this month called Banged Up. I'll leave some links below. It's on all streaming platforms, and the follow-up to that, Playing Chess, is here on YouTube and coming out soon. But okay, so that's my minute of me over and done with. It's really hard to think straight. I'm going to introduce you to some brutal death metal, and we're going on a 9-minute epic journey. This is a one-man sort of project that has sort of taken on various different names and forms, but it has settled now on BLEAKNESS of ERIS. That's the title of the project, of the artist. It's from Uppsala, I hope I said that correctly, in Sweden. And the 9-minute epic we're going through is a track called Sixth Ranger, which is also known as a kind of secondary sort of name of There Is No Light. Anyway, this is a sort of track that was around in this guy's sort of repertoire, and for some years. It took some years to put together, and so this is something from 2020. But there are releases all on the Spotify, which and such like, which I will put links below. But it may be the case that I come back to those later. That's certainly alluded to in the submission. So this is kind of an introduction to the project, its formation, I suppose. So let's go on this 9 minutes of epic. It is split into 2 parts. I suppose for ease of digest. However, I have crudely stitched the 2 submissions together, and let's listen as the creator intended. was quite the rabbit hole. I haven't quite heard anything sort of like it. I mean, some of the death metal-y kind of stuff side of it, yes, but interfused with kind of almost sort of a symphonic-y sort of progness to it, because you've got these choirs, and you've got this sort of which kind of sort of added more of a sort of symphonic kind of taste, and then you've got the pianos, which kind of get sort of quite proggy in the development of the composition. I will admit, for the first couple of minutes, I was a little bit sort of, I don't know, confused, but it sort of picks up its pace, and then it sort of changes its dynamic, and it kind of does keep you interested. And the second part in particular, and that may have been visible from my reaction, I actually enjoyed quite more. The pace built, and the fusion, the way the whole track sort of comes together. The development was more cohesive. Certainly a very interesting one. If perhaps just was a little bit confusing. I would have liked to know a little bit more about the origin of this track. You know, because there's some sort of various different people or entities kind of referred to. If I recall correctly, the lyrical content sort of about the butterfly witch and the vampire, or something, butterfly vampire and the witch. That was it, something along those lines. I'm sure that there's an absolute story behind this, and this is perhaps based on something, or certainly has a narrative to it. But excuse me. There's very much a unique identity to this project, and in that uniqueness of identity, that surely is a USP, or a kind of selling point, or an edge that the artist behind Bleakness of Eris has. So my comment would be to stick with that identity as you have, and build on that. Overall production was a little bit sketchy in some places. In some areas, I found the piano sort of cut through a bit too loud, and there's quite a bit sort of muddiness, and I would like maybe some more clarity on the sort of choral sections, just to bring that through. But you know, we live, we learn, we develop. Everyone who works within their own pace, time frame, budget, access to equipment, access to studios. So, you know, it's not for me to sort of criticise. I've been I'm on this journey as well with my releases and what have you. But yes, it was a very interesting, if confusing for me, 9-minute journey. So for that, yeah, add bonus points, because it's not often that I'm sort of having to sort of think sort of deeply about where I stand with a track. Definitely brutal, but maybe just a little bit more sort of clarity in the production would have given me the slap in the face I needed, and I think that this track was attempting to deliver. But yeah, I've had a bit of a peek at present day Bleakness of Eris, and the identity and the artwork, and it's all free to look at on Spotify, so go ahead if you like this, but do absolutely check out what's round the corner in terms of the recent stuff. I had a quick 20 second preview of stuff, and I must say I enjoyed what I heard there. Yeah, this is something very unique, very different, crazy, absolutely crazy, some of those transitions, and as I say, it's sort of got this proggy flavour to it, but yeah, it kept me going for a full 9 minutes. So there you go, Bleakness of Eris, a kind of multi-track named historic project. Is it this, is it that? And it's now all fused together in an identity which I feel the artist should retain and capitalise on, and continue to invest in, as they have. And yeah, I look forward to hopefully featuring them on the channel again. Good stuff.